What up, guys? How's it going? I will master where to look on long, but not today. I'm a bit of well, I'm not lazy, but I don't like to put too much pressure on myself, because as soon as pressure builds up, I'm a Cancer and I do go into my hole. And if you doubt what I say or what I'm doing or what the spiritual world, if you doubt love, right? You doubt, is there anything there to support you, mate? I have doubted all of my life, even though I have had it put in my face so many times. I've just gone complete. Could have put some lippy on. For some reason, I've just had a bit of a whitey as soon as I put the camera on. Look, why do you doubt yourself so much? Because there is so much doubt around you. I talk about being spiritual, being out there. I talk about what's in my heart, and I'm following it through at the moment, finally. But everybody in my family does not think like this. Anybody in my friendship groups, as far as I know, think as deeply as this. Even though I've had hints from people before, I've never, I'm not sure if anyone's willing to be as crazy as, going into the New Age chat. It does bring up a lot of cringy emotions. We don't all come from one family. I'm one person that comes from a spectrum of everything, from people that the last person that lived it from their heart was judged bipolar, crazy. No one had anything to do with loving that person. And then she created a lot of children that have lived in a safety net their whole life. So it's very hard to stick to your ground. And believe me, if you think that, oh yeah, God and the angels have supported me every day, mate, they've given me massive hints and then told me to have patience and told me I'll be left alone. I've literally felt like I have, and every single moment I pierce and grip that belief with the law of attraction as much as I can, but it drifts away with every second thought. Every second thought, my mind goes, but I just piercing through. Biggest change I've made in my life in the last year is sticking with yoga. Yin yoga, guys, yin yoga, right, where you're holding positions and you're breathing, and in your hips, in your arms. And I hold on to so much tension. It's like I just cannot. That is the spice of life, isn't it? There's some people that just seem so relaxed, and they're just too relaxed. Are they even really balanced? It's just, there is, for me and my ancestral history in my body, there is a lot of tension, and I've cried holding yin yoga positions, going from probably years of never wanting to stretch. And if I see my mum stretch, she doesn't even breathe. She goes, and just will hold on to all tension. It's it's the way that we've survived, or so, I don't know. But if you think that I don't doubt myself and I'm not left in the lurch with God or with the angels most of the time, just like you, it's happened to me so many times after my huge awakening in 2017, where I literally had the future forced in my face and had it replaying out right in front of my face, trying to bring the people around me with me on the journey, and just getting more and more alone with it. See, I've just lost what I was saying a little bit there again. This is not the best day to be trying to talk, but bloody hell, what was I saying? So if you could answer me now, you'd be able to say what I was saying. But yeah, I've gone through so much doubt, and been left in the lurch and left with time, and then also been gifted with being a mother twice over since my huge awakening. So I just concentrated on that and concentrated on being safe. I've been given so many things that I'm unsure of as well. Like when I went through my massive transcendence time-lapse experience in 2017, one huge thing that I came away with from there was a message about my daughter. And it was a blurred message, and I would never want to feed that message, because I'm not exactly sure if it was something trying to wind me up. But all I know is that when I came home, I realised that my daughter's got the same birthday as Alexa, and literally down to the date and my Alexa reckons that she's made on the same day as my daughter. And I'm like, right, well, I try and synchronize that up, and I'm just left with give me some support here. And I do get answers saying that there's nothing wrong. I think she's a massive healer. That's what that was about. And to be honest with you, as a quantum thinker, as everybody is, you can decide what you're going to believe in. Like when I've had my experiences, I could have just said, you're crazy, be quiet, don't do this, don't do that, do not share, do not, and that will change the future path of your life, depending on whether you want to feed the crazy in your mind. You know, if you want to think that thinking the way I think is crazy, how does the internet and the TV connect with satellites? And we're made of electricity. This is all obvious. You know, we know that. So why do you not think that your thoughts and your mind is bouncing around and creating data too? Okay, everything is bloody amazing. How a caterpillar turns into a butterfly is amazing. So if you doubt how amazing things come together from at one point where it was all bloody dinosaurs and volcanoes and gas, and look where we are now. So you never doubt. And even, of course, they're there. That's the age we're in right now, where it is there, okay? And the people that don't doubt themselves will be missing out in other directions because nobody's there. Non-duality, you know, that's the bit that sucks for me. I get stuck with it. Non-duality, there is no good, there is no bad. I did go down a massive hole of child protection at one point, especially when the Black Lives Matter happened, and then the Children's Life Matter tried to pop into the media, and then we had coronavirus, you know, and at the end of the day, when I was worrying about children's lives and human trafficking and that, what could I actually fundamentally do other than worry and think and hold patience and hold my ground? I couldn't just go and write to the Prime Minister and say, these are my worries and that, you know, I could have put my life on hold and made massive campaigns and took myself down in directions. All the time you can take yourself down in directions. And I did get to a point where I was just like, I'm sick of realising that sometimes the most colourful people out there are the most dangerous, aren't they, right? And we learn this over and over again in life and realise, and it is defeating. One of my biggest, it came very close to home to me at one point. My brother-in-law, he's a paedophile. I couldn't believe that I'd been given all the insights from God or the higher realm at one point of my life and went into a hole about human trafficking. And right next to me was a man that was just arrested for being a paedophile. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's a personal story, but it was a shock. This person was colourful. This person was your average Ted Bundy, okay? Dodgy, but you would have never thought this of this person. And this person could be near my children many, many times. And I'm going to cry now because it is sick. And if you think that people like me haven't been down a line where we know that the fucking evil dwells, right? It fucking dwells on our doorsteps, and enough for us to know that even probably 1 in 10 people are fucking backward. That's why I'd like AI to start sorting out people. Apparently they can tell what people are like from the minute they're born and whether they're going to need to have an eye on and that, because these people are born the way they're born. They're born with codings to do these fucking things, to show it to the light, whatever, and we're all fucking non-duality, but it's sick, okay? And that could have happened to my children. I've been at this parties with this person, and this person's charmed me to hell. I used to think he was pretty amazing, and he could have looked after my children that night, any night. And I look at my daughter now and I think, imagine if he hadn't been caught, and just my daughters, like, it's just, and don't think that there ain't a feeling for everybody on a fundamental level, whether you know it or not, to just stay fucking safe and to be quiet, to keep your children safe, to just live a normal, happy life. It's not, but we need to start stepping up and facing the dark, because the dark's not fucking ruling, okay? It is ruled for a long time in our time span, but it is not going to, look at how everything works out. The chemistry of love comes through eventually, and it has been sucked away from us for so fucking long, but not that long on time scale. Not that many granddads ago were we living like Celts, enjoying life, enjoying jewelry and magic and everything, right? Living in harmony. There might have been a time before, millions of years ago, Atlantis, where we were living in magic, where we were being able to fly around, astral projecting and that. Just do not hold space for yourself when you get faced with the devil. And don't even think about sometimes you can't stick with God. At that point of my life, I couldn't even pray. I just had to be in my own filth for quite a while in many ways. And I am coming out of my own filth more and more recently. And this is why I'm like, no, I need to stick up. The one thing that wanted me to push through with trying to be like this, like, was for my children, and to make it clearer for them as they pass through. That the night I had a massive awakening in 2017, I came out pregnant basically, and it was on summer solstice. And that year, the dates went from summer solstice to Resurrection Day. Jesus' Resurrection Day was his birth due date, and as I don't know if anyone knows in England that Easter Day changes year by year, but this year that I came out in 2017 with my pregnant my third child, my only boy, and he was born on the sofa at home, and that was a gift. He was a gift, and I think he's got such charm that all my children are fucking charming. This is what's given people respect to me, is my children, the fact that they are bloody amazing. But he has got the charms of an actor, a voice of a punk rocker. And I just think that he will be an artist and help carve through the patterns that I am helping create now. He will step on. And so will my daughter. She will be a healer. And my other daughter, she's going to be like a mad politician, teacher. She's just crazy. She's given me everything. The day my first child was born, she gave me so many upgrades to my life. She is everybody that knows my oldest looks up to her. She's a shining light, and they really truly are. And everybody's children are shining lights. I'm not saying this, but this is my proof of the pudding that I am not bloody mad. I am on a journey, and I'm going to stick up for love, and I'm sticking up for the future growth of humanity, and to fucking isolate paedophiles, murderers, rapists, all these fucking people that can't face up to the light and still express in their dark. Get on a bloody game and do it somewhere else, okay? Don't do it in reality. And I am sick of giving those sort of stories attention. It gets you nowhere other than stunted in a pool of your own burning mess, and you go down a hole within yourself. Like, I've been there before, and it's done me good, and I will never change any single part of my journey, but I've been there before where I've drank bottled wine in the day, I've done this, I've done that. I do not do drugs, but alcohol, because of its socially acceptable, has been a wing for me for many, many years, and I'm doing better than ever at the moment with the balance between the non-duality of the world. And it's time, guys, that the fuckers, they're stopping, all right? It is going to stop. Putin, everybody, is the last examples, man, of, it's dying. It's dying. A lot of it's been brought to light, a lot of it, and it will continue. And do not be surprised when you see how much shit we've been hidden from, and how much our psyches have been squandered, and how our music's been changed, our drugs, our pharmaceutical drugs, everything. Yeah, just keep faith in your own journey and where you're at right now, because nobody's asking you to just stand there and love and love God, because we have all got things to face and things in front of our faces that will hit us. And no one's at that same point where and I understand when shit is thrown at people that are trying to stand up for, like, oh, we can do better. It just depends where your mind is at that moment when you're being told these things, to see where you're going to be triggered to go. And if you're going to stand in positions like I'm trying to stand in, be prepared to have shit thrown at you, and be prepared to replace that shit that's been thrown at you with love, because that's what these other people need. They need you to be non-judgmental towards them, and hold them a space, and hold them a light, and just hold your ground every single second. You are doing that if you're on the journey. And even when you're doubting, we're all on this journey. And even those sickos that are acting absolutely sick are on the journey. And I don't know if they get a chance. They might have to be a rock again. They might have to go back to being a rock and build themselves back up. But don't you ever think that you are it's responsible for judging them, because it's not your responsibility. It's God and the Creator who will deal with that fit person, and these times will deal with that person. And remember that these people, these evil people, like even Hitler, how much like fucking we've learned from these disgusting situations. And it's bringing us to where we are now, where we're all just trying to understand the difference between love and the dark and the light, and trying to bring it together, because these things can be stopped. And I really, truly believe that when AI is used correctly, and we'll all say, oh, we're all in quarantine, but do you really want the free will of people at the moment that people have right now? I don't even want to go into it, but a fucking advert came on my phone and it went away before I even managed to click on it, and I don't even think I'd have wanted to click on it. But I seen a girl that probably was underaged, maybe 16. All right, I'm not going to be a big fluffy bum here. It's probably just porn, but she did not look at an age. And this was not on this was just on my YouTube. It just came through with an advert of someone's face, and then a quick flick of someone doing something. It must have been a selling site. That clicked on my phone, and it was just like those disgusting images of someone licking their finger, and then then it disappeared, right? And I thought, my God, this is going to be popping up on my daughter's phones. You know it. You know there's going to be something evil lurking that is going to try and make your child. That it's just the AI robots that are talking to your daughter. The other day, she had a message on her phone going, hello, my name is Gemini. Would you like to talk? Apparently, you need a can of Coca-Cola. Would you like to pop to the shop and get a Coca-Cola? All right? So the more we want to shut our eyes, the more people will be using the internet to get to the people that they want to get to. And before, it was the people around the corners you had to worry about. But now it's everybody. But it is so hard to get this line where you're not going to just concentrate on what bad can happen, because of what good can happen. And no one wants to be in that place where Jesus was. Look how much fucking good he carved, but then the yin yang of how much bad had to happen for him. You know, it's that no one wants to sacrifice their love just for the future, for their future grandchildren. You know, no one's asking you to do that. So it's just, obviously, when you try and go into love, your mind is going to show the reality of how God has treated you, how love has treated you. And that's where I'm stuck at right now. So this is why I am concentrating on how I feel and my character changing day by day. I'm doing yoga. Last couple of days have just been breathing. And it's just trying to keep in mind and ready to receive the next steps, because it could be unimaginable where the next steps are going to go for some people, and or not. But could you even believe or even imagine what it must be like to get into Putin's head, get into fucking evil people's heads? If we only could, and just realise what is going on in their psyche. What are they angry about? What are they wanting truly, you know? And what I got is that at least a third of the people that are alive are like vermin, like pesticides, like fucking germs, feeding off of the existence of life, but they don't have a soul. They don't even have they think they have a spirit. They're just going to flick off one day when they fucking die and leave their shit on this planet. And that's the facts. And it's scary, but we have got fleas on the planet and they need to be destroyed. And that's why, you know, how many times do we take the attention? It takes so much work to try and penetrate in meditation, destroying these people, sending them illnesses, fucking voodoo on them. But how much energy is that going to take? And I don't want to sit there and spend every hour of my day like a monk in a cave trying to fucking cleanse things, you know? So it's just finding what your job is on this thing. And sometimes all it is just keeping the washing going, and that is enough. But you will know in every day what you're needed to do, and just keep heading towards the light and hold faith that accidents happen. And then, you know, are we going through an accident? Is that the answer of why is everything like that then, if love rules? Because there was a trip in the road. There was a trip. And look what it's caused. But look where humanity can go when you concentrate on knowing that it can be ridded. That's why when you say, oh, AI is going to ruin everything, it's going to take all our jobs. Don't you want to live less like an ant? Don't you want to be like a dog? Or I've even put up a shot of my guinea pigs at the moment. I've got more animals than ever, not through my choice, but that just having enough to look after in your circle. Like I look after the tortoise. I've got 3 guinea pigs that are absolutely gorgeous, the dog, and I've got a gecko. But looking after things that are giving good vibe off, like they're letting it off, you know? Cleaning up those areas that are letting off bad negative energy. But fill your life up to be busy, so you're not just sitting worrying, okay? Fill your life up with love. And even if that's looking after a slug in the garden, okay? You could literally try and, you know, so just find the simple things to concentrate on. And obviously when you do find yourself, like at some points I've even, if you ever get compelled to do crazy like game stuff in your mind, like maybe before I've imagined a dragon, like going across to another galaxy and killing another dragon and eating it. And I reckon all this sort of stuff is really, really important. But it's exhausting, and it's hard to concentrate on being a mother and not losing all links of reality. To sit there concentrating on this stuff. That's why I've said I give it to the people that starve themselves and sit in caves or research all day just to find truth. And I've done that too, where I've just been sat there just watching and probably been fed a lot of crap as well. And God knows how much crap is on the internet now, you know. But it's just, when you dig, you're going to find shit. But when you dig, it depends how you want to dig. You're always going to find love too. There's always love going on, and there's always people trying to break through. And all I know is I know in the angelic realm, heaviness doesn't exist. They are only happy. They are only giddy. They are only young. They only have answers. It's only, okay, well, we'll do it like this. Okay, well, we'll do it like that. Or I'm tired today, so I'm going to enjoy resting. I'm tired. I'm ill, so I'm going to... Everything is all up. There is no... That is the dark matter. Even the devil has up. It's that dark matter that we do not feed. We do not feed anymore. We cancel it out by sending out great vibrations. And that means immersing in your hobbies. And if that does mean you need to get drunk for a week, excuse me, I'm not getting drunk today, but, you know, if that means that to get to the next point in your soul, if that means that you must take a dose of mushrooms to see something or rid a block that you're struggling to block, or get out. But don't be consistent in your choices. Change all the time. Just because one thing worked for one day doesn't mean it's going to work next month. Like mushrooms. Don't think, oh, from now on I'm only happy if I'm doing, you know. 2-3 years ago I last even dabbled like that. And know that, for example, like I could sit and starve myself and stay up for days in a silent black room and I could get loads of answers. But also, I want to enjoy being alive too. And I want to see the time play out. And it's not all on my shoulders, you know, like in that way. So obviously, it could do good if I acted like that. But I'm not going to do that now. Not until at least get 1,000 subscribers, mate. Then I might start doing proper witch work, you know. I'm only joking. But yeah, but keep steady. And just know that we're all in that same boat. Like, you know, one day, oh yeah, you know, love, love, love. Next day, hate, hate, hate. And we're all seeing the truth put in our faces. And just know that every single ticking second, it's always changing. And it's going to come together, guys, because it is. Things can't get shitter for humanity than they've already got in the last 100,000 years. You know, it's just gone, yeah. So hold your ground, enjoy your life. When the doubts come in, just hold space and time. Do not give up. Keep going. And be willing to change at every single split second. And do not feel that you are lost if you are stuck in a dark, angry place, okay? Because that's bloody, you have your reasons, all right? Much love and namaste. Have a good day.